up with your face off the shrooms. The way it animates your eyes in the room. I can see the stars when I'm gazing at you.
Hey you guys, what's Gucci? It's your boy SJK, the first Black Super Saiyan to ever arrive on this planet. I'm back here with another video. Back here with this video, this special video. To let you guys know what's up, because I've been hearing this stuff and I have been really ticked off about this. What's going on? And this is why you should never trust certain outlets, because they can be totally on some BS. Aquaman has a 67% on Rotten Tomatoes. Bumblebee has a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. There are some people actually saying that Bumblebee is better than Aquaman. In no way is Bumblebee a better film than Aquaman. I know it's all opinion based, but there's no way Bumblebee could be a better film than Aquaman. And we're going to talk about this. Let's accept the fact that Bumblebee was a kid's film. There's a scene in Bumblebee where a person got blown up and white sperm, some white cum, some white stuff came out of a human body after it blew up. No blood or nothing. That's a kid movie to the max. Let's talk about this. Aquaman is a 10 times better film than that of Bumblebee. 10 times better. Let's go ahead. Let's get into main character. Bumblebee and Haley Steinfeld. Bumblebee and Charlie. And Aquaman and Mara. Bumblebee and Aquaman. Aquaman, 99% of his movie was a hero. He took more W's than he took an L. Bumblebee took the biggest L of his movie by being swayed by Charlie's stuff. Lost his memory. Became the wackest Transformer I have ever seen. Somehow lost his memory because he fell. The freak. Bumblebee lost his memory. 99% of the film, Bumblebee was a punk. 99% of the whole film. There was only 2 scenes in this movie where Bumblebee was tight. That was the beginning of the movie on Cybertron and the end of the film. So through that the whole middle half of the film, when Bumblebee gets on Earth, this dude's a punk. He's over doing pranks. Lost his memory. Run around like the Iron Giant. What? Huh. Well, okay. Aquaman in his film. As soon as the film starts, he's already saving people. He jumped on that submarine, went to go help out those people, took out Black Manta's crew, took out Black Manta's father, and he let the sea take care of Black Manta. But unbeknown to him, he didn't kill Black Manta, which he probably wanted to, but he didn't. Then we get to Aquaman in Atlanta. Now, that's when Aquaman lost in the movie. Aquaman was throwing hands with Atlanteans. He was superior to them in strength in every single way. But their Atlantean technology can still hurt him, breach his skin, and take him down. Only fight he lost. He only lost one fight. Aquaman took down Black Manta by himself. Took down Orm by itself. Bumblebee needed help from John Cena and Charlie to take down, the Decepticons that he trains and he has battled in the Civil War. Look, I get it. Bumblebee is a nice film. It's a nice comedic little heartfelt film that looks like the Iron Giant. But let's talk about the script. Aquaman has a way better script than Bumblebee. Let's talk about this. Bumblebee is a kids movie. Bumblebee is the worst kids film that can try and bring an adult audience that can't truly bring it in. There's some good and smart, intelligent cartoons like Regular Show that can bring in kids and adults. Bumblebee is a movie in itself where you have to necessarily be a kid to allow so much shit to fly. For example, Charlie worked on Bumblebee using human technology and repaired him in a way. Okay. A Transformer that runs on Energon woke him up, turned the key. Bumblebee, when he lost his memory, was scared of a wrench. This giant machine was scared of a wrench. Bumblebee, which is a prequel, not a reboot, a prequel. Bumblebee is still part of the Bay universe, which Paramount has failed when they should just reboot it entirely. The film. How are you going to say you're not part of the Bay universe, but your Bumblebee looks like the Michael Bay Bumblebee? Your Bumblebee turns into the Camaro at the end, and the same Camaro that's in Transformers 1. In your movie, which is a prequel, not a reboot. This is the worst soft reboot ever that I have seen in history. Because it still lingers with Michael Bay stuff. Your movie makes no sense. How is Sector 7 acting like they never seen aliens before, but they got Megatron in the Hoover Dam? In the Allspark, Sector 7, you never seen a Transformer before? You guys got a Decepticon in Hoover Dam. You guys got a big giant robot in ice in the Hoover Dam. And you also got the Allspark from what we know from Transformers 1. Your script makes sense. Your dialogue makes sense. The story's good. But the script and the execution is terrible. Now Aquaman. Aquaman is a film that brings in kids and adults and does it right. It does just enough to bring in the kids and bring in the adults. It has underlying adult themes, and it has themes that kids can gravitate to. Oh, they get to see Aquaman do action, while the adults will be searching for probably a story. Aquaman script. The actors. Jason Momoa, Amber Heard, both them combined destroy John Cena as an actor. Nicole Kidman destroys whatever that nerdy little geeky black kid who was friends with Charlie was trying to do. Charlie was like, "Oh, take off your shirt." Take off his shirt? Why don't you put your hands over your eyes? The freak? Why you gotta take off his shirt? Why don't you take off your shirt and wrap your jacket around your eyes? Why you gotta take off his shirt? Shouts out to Jody's Corner and Jay for bringing this up. But a couple scenes later, this dude was wearing a tiny jacket, belly button out, looked like he had a little crop top, looked like a little thigh. Was that supposed to be funny? Dude looked like a straight up punk. I'm just saying. Aquaman script. Aquaman's characters. The visuals of Aquaman. The whole scenery of Aquaman. The action set pieces kill Bumblebee. The one-shot tracking action set pieces. The revolving camera shots moving around in a circular angle trying to capture all motions of the action while Bumblebee is the Bumblebee movie. Granted, Bumblebee looked cool, but the Transformers were the only thing that looked good CGI-wise in this film. When they could have done a whole movie based on Cybertron. And people love this film. People rave about this movie because they see Cybertron. They get to see Bumblebee. That's it. That's all you guys get. You guys rave about this film and give it so much praise because y'all saw Cybertron. I bet it's the same reason why people give Venom such praise. Because they like to see Venom, and that's it. Because Venom is a bad movie in itself. It only takes one thing in Venom to make that whole movie seem stupid. The 6-month time jump in between. It took Riot, a symbiote who can bond to any human and tap into their memory and their knowledge. It took him 6 months to find a plane, sneak onto it, and get to San Francisco. It took Riot 6 months in Venom to sneak onto a plane, jump on it, get in it, jump into another person's body to get to San Francisco from Asia. He can also swim across the waters too. We seen Venom. There is no way that Bumblebee is better film than Aquaman. Bumblebee is the wackest looking kids film I've ever seen. You have to be a kid to like that film, because no adult, someone who's up in the adult, like the age range of an adult, needs really dumb themselves down to like this film, yo. They have to dumb themselves down. Cause I'm over here like, what the freak am I watching? There's kids shows that are smarter than what Bumblebee's trying to do. And when I say smarter, I mean not necessarily make the adults feel dumb, or even make the kids feel dumb, but to make it competent enough to where both can understand, while the adults can also be able to gravitate to the cartoon that they're watching and be able to understand it, and not just say, yo, man, this shit just treating me like I'm a fucking idiot. Why didn't he go this way? Why didn't he go that way? Bumblebee was that kind of movie. Haley Steinfeld snuck into a military base with that nerdy dude. How? Bumblebee, since this movie is a prequel and they're trying to get away from the Michael Bay stuff, it's not a reboot. This is a prequel. If it's a reboot, the worst soft prequel ever, just like I say. This dude, Bumblebee, looks like the Michael Bay Bumblebee. Why wasn't he in his G1 form? Why wasn't he in his G1 form on Cybertron, while Optimus, Soundwave, Shockwave, and everyone else was in their G1 form? Why? Because this shit makes no sense. This Bumblebee film makes the timeline of other trash Transformers films get even worse. You mess up the timeline. You try to do something different, and you make the timeline even worse. Aquaman had great action set pieces. It had its issues, but great action set pieces. Visually, a visually better movie than Bumblebee. That CGI of going down to the Kraken, the underwater set pieces, the characters' hair, and the movements of their mouths in underwater was amazing in itself. If you watch Aquaman in IMAX, you're going to have the best experience ever. That CGI is crisp. Aquaman did something that was probably maybe on the level of Avatar, but had a better script than Avatar, but just as visually on point. A mind-boggling visual spectacle that Bumblebee couldn't do. And it had a great action ending set piece where Aquaman by himself handled his villain. Bumblebee needed help from Charlie, John Cena, You Can't See Me, to help him and to help him win the battle. Granted, he did defeat the Blue Transformer, who broke apart from a chain pulling him apart. A chain pulled apart a Transformer like it was a freaking Lego. Did I just see a Transformer fall apart like a Lego? These Transformers in this movie were so freaking fragile. Bumblebee fell and lost his memory. What? He fell from a mountain and lost his memory. But he's a Transformer. Did we not see Optimus Prime fall from a pyramid fighting the Fallen in Transformers 2, that trash film? Why didn't Optimus lose his memory? Bumblebee got shot in the face in his own film, right? Remember when Angela, the pink Decepticon and the blue Decepticon were interrogating Bumblebee? They had him chained up and he was socking him in the stomach. They shot Bumblebee in the face, and Bumblebee's face was perfectly fine. Bumblebee is not a better film than Aquaman. It is in no way a better film than Aquaman. I'm telling y'all that now. Aquaman treats you like an adult, and it can treat a kid correctly. It doesn't make the kid feel dumb, and it doesn't make the adult film incredibly dumb. Like, for example, the one thing that they did where they tried to think that we wasn't going to catch on to it was in Black Manta took apart Atlantean technology and somehow made his own suit within hours or days. I guess. We don't know how smart Black Manta is. We're just going off of what the movie gave us. That he's smart, but why are you that smart? Do what school you go to. What you do. You know. Bumblebee has the G1 Cybertron scene going for it. The only two things that make Bumblebee a good film is the relationship between Bumblebee and the main girl and the G1 Cybertron scene. Even though this movie still didn't make sense with the script as already itself. Because, okay, if you're going to go with the original Camaro from Transformers 1, Optimus doesn't get to Earth until 2007 with Jazz, Ironhide, Ratchet, and Ironhide, Jazz, Ratchet, and Ratchet. Until 2007, how is he on Earth when, like, 6 months later in the was that 6? It was a 6 month later time jump, or like it was a 6 month later time jump, and Optimus was on Earth with Bumblebee. What? You're supposed to be on Earth in 2007, up there still fighting in the Civil War. What's going on? But hey, in Transformers 5, they did say Bumblebee was there in the 1940s. But wait a minute, if Bumblebee was there in the 1940s, why would he go back to why was he helping humans in the 1940s while they was in a civil war on Cybertron? What? Why are these guys attacking Bumblebee since Bumblebee helped out in World War II? Why is Sector 7 attacking Bumblebee? They should know, like, oh, he's one of our guys. They don't got pictures of Bumblebee or Bumblebee on file saying like, yo, Bumblebee is a help to the American people. Bumblebee was there in the 1940s helping out in World War II. He was helping y'all take down Hitler. What's up with that? But in this film, the soft reboot, that didn't happen. But this isn't even a good reboot. This is the worst reboot I've ever seen. You still got the Bay design for Bumblebee when he should have been in his G1 form on Cybertron. He had his Bay form on Cybertron. This film is not better than Aquaman. This film has a lot of issues with its script. It makes no sense. This is a kid's film. This is a straight up kid's film. I don't understand how you can be an adult and just try to defend a lot of this stuff in this film. Like, what the freak? Charlie's parents. Charlie has a trash mom, a trash brother, and a trash stepdad. She was asking her mom, hey mom, could I get a car? Bitch, you live in fucking San Francisco. How are you paying for this house? Because you're a nurse? You're in San Francisco. The most expensive place ever. And you can't get a car. She can afford the house, but can't help her daughter out in the car. And then this stepdad gives her a book saying, here, you should smile more. The freak? And why is Charlie the only person that cares that her daddy is dead? The mom freaking somehow moved on. The brother doesn't care. Charlie's the only one who cares about her dad being dead. Everybody else in the town knows that her dad is dead and they're being dickheads to her. What? Why? What's going on? Her daddy's dead. Why is Charlie the only one that cares? There's got to be something more. Then her mom is going to keep on saying, well, you don't smile enough, Charlie. You're always depressed. Her daddy is dead. And you act like you don't care. You want her to smile. Her daddy's dead. She loved her daddy. That car she been working on in the garage was the car that her and her daddy was trying to finish. The freak? How you gonna tell her, smile more? The freak? And you brought this random dude, shouts out to Jody and Jay. You brought this random dude into the house already? She moved on fast. Got that new stepdaddy meat. Bumblebee is a trash film. Aquaman is a better film. Let me get to y'all why Aquaman's that type film. Aquaman started off great. Brought in Nicole Kidman, Queen Atlanta, meeting. What was the dad's name? It wasn't Chris. Tony. Damn, what was his name? Arthur's father. They came together. Atlanta was running from the throne because she was to be married to Orm's real father, and she didn't want to go through it, but she ran away, was found by this lightkeeper, took care of her, nurtured her back to health and everything, and she felt fond of him because, like, hey, this dude helped me out, and they started feeling each other. They ended up having a baby, ended up having Aquaman. Aquaman's purpose was to be the bridge between two worlds. Aquaman was set to be the best king because he was the bridge between two worlds. But the whole thing with Atlanta, at first, she probably wasn't too hyped up about the land. But until she had her child, until she experienced the thing with, Tom. Until she experienced everything with Tom, and they was getting together, she would just look at it like, yo, the land is not as bad as it seems. And she wanted to bring the land and sea further together. She wanted to have the perfect king that would do that, and that was Aquaman, a person of the land and of the sea that can talk from both sides and give his best input, because he's the bridge between both worlds. He's the literal bridge between both worlds. He's from both ends of the spectrum. Yeah, so some stuff in this movie that didn't make sense, such as Black Manta. Black Manta was the weakest actor of the film. But overall, the film had better action set pieces. Aquaman was just a better film. It's really no debating it. Aquaman is just a better film. It's just a better film. Bumblebee, nah. Trash film. Trash. To me. If you guys like it, go ahead, but Aquaman is better than Bumblebee. Aquaman is better than Bumblebee in every single way possible. Bumblebee failed when it could have been a freaking... What's wrong with Paramount? You can't give us a Cybertron movie like we've been asking for? And y'all... the one time y'all hype up Paramount, because y'all say, oh, you're off at a good start, this is... They had 5 freaking movies fucking up. And when they get to this one movie where they show you a couple of G1 characters, now you're gonna let them slide when you've been asking this whole time, can I get a G1 Cybertron movie? And they haven't been giving it to y'all? They still putting these humans in here that's in the way of the films. What the freak, yo? I'm done. Your boy K. I got to end this video. First Black Super Saiyan to arrive on this planet. You guys have a very good day. Go spread that peace, love, and positivity. Doses.